sir. We finally arrive in Old Harbor, Alaska, 70 miles southwest of the city of Kodiak on Kodiak Island. It's one of the most picturesque of the Kodiak Island villages and the site of the first Russian settlement. Historic Three Saints Russian Orthodox Church is a striking centerpiece and hub for community activity. When the Good Friday earthquake struck in 1964, the resulting tsunami destroyed the entire town, except, that is, for this church.
Kayla, tell me, this was the only building standing?
Yeah, when the wave came over, it took all the houses, and the elders said that this was the only building that was still here. And after the waves were done, they came down and they came and looked in here, and none of the icons were on the floor, and there wasn't a single drop of water in here.
Graves of those lost in the tsunami remain as testament to the tragedy and the determination of those who survived to rebuild. Old Harbor is also home to Kodiak Sportsman's Lodge, our host for the coming days of fishing and sightseeing. And he said, without question, the biggest salmon every year come from Old Harbor. Owner Gary Sampson had good reasons for choosing this location to set up his saltwater sport fishing operation.
You know, people say location. This is kind of the premier location, especially for king salmon, for silvers, for lingcod, for halibut, for yelloweye.
I wouldn't want to be any other place than Alaska.
And this is pretty much an unknown country. We only have 7 boats here in the 100-mile coastline we fish. So there's no competition, there's no fishing pressure.
Maybe Chrissy or Carly or I are going to get a chance at a 50 or 60 pound or bigger king. I can't imagine what it's going to feel like to hook into one of those. And I hope the girls are the ones that catch them.
You know, the biggest thing is we can produce big kings, anywhere from 50 to 75 pounds. It's a very nice silver, it's a very nice halibut, so it's kind of unique in that area where we're not going to have any other boats come in this area to fish.
It'll be a little bit of a bumpy ride out, but we'll try to find some smooth water.
In front of the lodge is a 22-mile long island, and it's a great weather protector. And out of 8 years, we only lost 3 days of fishing.
Oh, there's a bear right there, right in the grass right there.
Oh, look at that big boy up there.
Where's the bear?
Right there, standing on the hillside.
Look at how big he is.
From May 15th to June 15th, people come here, they expect to catch a 50-pound plus fish. And we can do that consistently year after year. And it says a lot about this lodge in this area, fishing.
How can I help, Nikia?
I might have one person steer the boat for me while I'm setting gear. This shoreline's pretty even, but it does shallow up in the corner here, so straight line while we're laying geared.
All right.
We'll get it in the water, get fishing. We tend to fish the shorelines because it's the area we can effectively fish with the techniques that we use. We're gonna run a few different depths and then some surface bait. Tend to stick to shorelines where the fish hunting the shorelines for the bait fish can see us working offshore with our flashers and attractors and baits. We're gonna run 1 plastic lure and then we're gonna run 3 whole herring. This time of year we typically use herring because that's the primary feed. Those look like winners. We'll use cut plug herring, we use whole herring.
Put it right through its back.
I go on the inside curve there, then I put a half hitch around his nose to keep the bend in the fish. See, so when you put that curve in the herring, you can see how he's just
spins.
doing a spiral like that.
And I'm all ready to tackle him.
Big ball of bait. Right up there, look at that, Carly. Big ball of bait fish.
Fish!
Carly,
All
fish,
right.
go!
Charlie! Keep that rod tip up. Let me put your hand right here. There you go.
Somebody's cut the motors?
Yeah, got the motors.
That could be a big one, huh?
You can pull on him and start reeling if you can.
First king is on. Carly gets it.
I wasn't coming up, but I was like, oh, there he goes again.
Carly's first king. First king is on. Carly's gets it.
Oh, there he goes again.
Carly's first king. All right, back up to Old Harbor, Alaska, where my daughter is hooked into the first king salmon of her life. By the bend in her rod and the line peeling off her reel, it may be a doozy. Oh, that's exciting.
The first fish in Alaska.
I'm going to give you a little power in the butters. Try to get her to gain a little bit of her line back. There he is.
So don't lose them now, honey.
I'm not trying.
So go ahead and come over here to this corner. Whichever side of the boat he wants to go on is where you want to be. If he wants to go behind the boat, you're going to have to follow him.
Like that.
Get him, kid.
Go ahead and lift your rod all the way up and over. There you go. Oh. Let's get another fish.
Oh, that's a nice fish, Carly.
Then go ahead and point your rod out this way and reel up, pull up, and then reel down to him. Go.
That's a big fish now. That's big.
Oh, holy buckets, Carly. Look at that thing. He's a toad. He's a foot deep.
Oh my God.
Holy
I think that's the
cow.
biggest one I've ever seen. That thing's huge.
Whoa. How'd that feel?
I wish I could feel it right now.
A little numb. That's a big fish, Carly.
Good job of bringing that one in, Carly.
Look how deep that thing is. What's your guess on what this weighs?
Maybe close to 50.
I almost made the mistake by saying, oh, I'll let her have the first one.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is. That's a big fish.
That is a huge king. You did good. Oh, get over here, kid. Yeah. And this is why people come to Old Harbor. Your first king, and look at the size of this thing.
This time of year, you know, we expect to catch fish that are 40, 50, 60 pounds. It's something that happens regularly. You know, every week we catch fish that are 50 to 60 pounds, or, you know, even better than that.
Nikki, what did you say, 1.7 to about 2.2?
About 2.0, 2.1 max. We generally try to keep the speed of the boat at the same speed that the fish are hunting travel. It gives the king salmon something to look at that they're used to seeing and hunting at the speed they're used to seeing and hunting it at.
Oh, fish, 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 fish.
Take it out of gear, babe. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Go ahead and come to this corner. King salmon, they're very unpredictable.
Big fish?
Oh, yeah.
And so a lot of the times I'll drive the boat away from a fish.
Salmon, you think?
Oh, his head's just
Oh,
going
good.
back and forth. He's just thrashing down
He's
there.
just down there shaking his head like that.
Ah, this is what I came to Alaska for.
A lot of times he'll try to go under the boat. If he wants to go under the boat, you're gonna take that rod and you're gonna stick it right in the water. Around the boat, around the props, around any gear that's in the water. Follow him around the boat.
Yep.
There you go. And so generally you just try to keep them away from the boat as long as you can until you think they're ready to be netted. Sorry. Yeah, right.
That's fun. That's a nice fish. They're such powerful fish.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's not a shabby fish. I'm happy with it.
Wait till you see the one I catch.
Coming right at you.
I'm told of all the places that Americans can have a chance to visit in North America,
Coming right to the back of the boat there.
Alaska is the most sought after destination. And Old Harbor is one of those destinations that is so rich with history. Seen him down there several times, it's a king. And such an incredible fishery. When I got him almost up here already.
Yep, I got you. Go ahead and come over to this side of the boat, babe.
It's the kind of a spot that if you're an outdoorsman, you'd need to come up here.
Go and reel right down to the flasher. And lift straight up and scoop him up.
Ready?
Yep.
Good job. Well, that didn't take too long.
No.
It's a nicer king than I thought. I could see him flashing down there.
Nice fish, babe.
Mm-hmm. They fight so hard. There's nothing, I mean, there's a reason they call them king salmon, you know what I mean? For their size, they just real scream. This ain't a giant, but it's a real nice king. Being in Alaska is a surreal experience. I mean, all of the magnificent scenery, wildlife, and fishing you encounter is such a departure from your everyday world. It's almost too much to process and grasp as even being real. We're gonna go see if we can get some black bass.
A little action, get the blood flowing.
Yes. Our second day begins targeting a more hands-on type of Alaska fishing. See that? Jig fishing for black bass and gray cod. And I got a big fish on it. Any kind of a fish that I can catch on a jig I like. When you can feel the bite, set the hook, game on, I don't care what the heck it is. Kind of like jig fishing walleyes at home, only everyone's big.
I like sea bass fishing a lot because it's really easy. You just grab whatever and throw it down there. And sometimes it doesn't even get to the bottom. It's just like right there, bam, and you pull up a fish.
What do you got, Carly? That a bass?
Yeah.
That's a nice one, huh?
I mean, you talk about chaos. I mean, here, Carly's got a fish, Babe's got a fish, I've got a fish. It only took a couple of seconds before you got another bite. I mean, that's insane. I mean, you talk about fun fishing. I think this is like the easiest kind of fishing I've ever done. Oh, there he is again.
Rockfish fishing can be a lot of fun. You know, everybody's screaming, having a good time because there's a lot of action. And so, you know, the captains and the crew get kind of caught up in that as well. And so everybody's kind of having a good time catching fish, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a nice bass.
Not only could anybody do this, Chris, but everybody would have fun. To me, it's tough to beat fast action. And as much as I just love the connection and feeling the strike and setting the hook, we set out again for king salmon. Well, we're going to try salmon again because the tide is going to switch here, or is just in the process of switching, and a lot of times that'll turn those salmon on.
Tides are very important. Generally on the incoming tides, we see a lot of bait fish getting pushed in towards shore.
Little ball of herring.
And so generally we like to fish the incoming tides because that's when we're going to see more bait fish congregate in areas where we would try to fish for them.
Maybe with a little bit of luck and a change of tide, we can hook into one of those big dudes.
Fish, 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 fish.
Oh, that's salmon. Follow him around the boat. Follow him around over here.
Yep. Charlie, go on to me. Whoa!
Real fast, he's coming to us.
Holy buckets, look at him. Oh, and he's shaking his head. Get the net, get the net. Oh, no, don't go down there again. Whoa, look at this rod. Now he's coming towards me. Okay, here it is, get the net. Woo!
Hey, King!
Yes,
Makes it to the boat.
yes.
Boy, they fight, don't they?
Oh, that is like the best. This is the way to start the day in Alaska.
My daughter's got a love affair with the state of Alaska. Get him, honey.
You gotta follow him around the boat. Follow him around the boat.
She's been up here a few times with us fishing halibut. Her and I came up here hunting black-tailed deer a couple of years ago. Get him, honey. Well, she just absolutely loves it up here.
Yay! Woo! Nice fish, Carly.
King salmon, that's what Alaska's more famous for than any other kind of a sport fishery, are the big kings up here. Oh, that's a salmon. So it was an ideal opportunity, number one, to bring her back to Alaska. The wind's blowing, storm's coming, and we're still catching salmon. Number two, for Chris and Carly and I to do another adventure, if you will, and make another memory together as a family.
Woohoo! Now that's what we've been waiting for, Carly.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, that is.
Number three, to have a lot of fun.
It's a salmon! Woo!
Salmon?
Oh, that's a nice
A
one.
jumper! Woo!
Number four, to do our very best to show you what it's like and why you should come up here yourself.
Rain, snow, sleet, doesn't matter. I mean, this just warms you up right now. This is cool.